How's it going, guys? It's K Cards, and in today's video I wanted to talk to you guys about the future of my vehicle ownership. Now specifically, I wanted to address the question that a lot of you guys have been commenting on my videos, and that is, will you ever get another Challenger? Now on one of my most recent videos, I know somebody commented, well, maybe for the next car you should get a Hellcat, and although that would be awesome, I'm not completely sure if that's going to be happening. Now, as you guys know, if you've been viewers of my channel, you all know that I am a big V8 guy and a Jeep guy, which definitely is pretty obvious with my factory order 2023 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392, which of course we still are waiting for. Along with that, of course, I also do have my current Jeep Cherokee XJ. It's a 2001, currently has around 107,000 miles. And currently this is the only vehicle that I actually own. And then the next vehicle, of course, will be the Wrangler 392. Now, when it comes to any more kind of muscle cars, you know, I have kind of thought about getting a Camaro ZL1 1LE, but that was only instead of the 392 Wrangler. And as you guys know, if you've been following along with car news, especially V8 news, they're pretty much going away. Now, especially with all the pushing and, you know, advantages of electric vehicles coming out, you know, you definitely see a lot more and more Teslas, a lot more other EVs on the road as well, and a lot less V8s. As you guys know, I definitely do love V8s, but as for getting another vehicle with a V8 after the 392 Wrangler, I'm not too sure if that's actually going to happen for a few different reasons. Now, the number one reason, of course, is money. Now, of course, the 392 Wrangler is going to be very expensive, and after I buy that Jeep, it probably wouldn't be too smart to go out and buy another muscle car, in my opinion. Another reason that I most likely will not get another V8 muscle car anytime in the near future is simply for the fact that they are all being discontinued. As you guys know, Dodge is planning to discontinue the V8s after the year 2023, so we definitely are coming up on the last production run on the V8 Challengers and Chargers, and I think that even applies to the Rams and all the other vehicles as well that Jeep makes. Now, they are supposed to be replacing that with their new engine called the Hurricane, which is supposed to be an inline-six twin turbo, and it is rumored to make more horsepower than the Scat Pack engine, so the 392 Hemi or the 6.4 liter V8, which of course is good, but for most of us, I think we would much rather have a lower powered V8 than a higher powered inline-six twin turbo, especially if it's for a vehicle like a Challenger or a Charger that's supposed to be a muscle car. That's kind of like the whole, you know, definition of a muscle car. It kind of, once you take the V8 away from muscle car, it no longer becomes an actual muscle car, in my opinion, and I think a lot of you guys would also agree with me on that. As for the Challenger and Charger, I think that's pretty much, you know, those are basically going to be gone after 2023, and they are making a whole bunch of limited production runs of the Challengers and Chargers. I think they're calling it something like the Last Chance Challenger or whatever, or like the Last Chance edition of the Charger or Challenger. So I think it's cool that they're doing that, but, you know, very unfortunate that we are coming to these times where vehicles like that are just coming to an end. So very unfortunate for the Challenger and Charger, because I definitely did love my Dodge Challenger's catback that I had for 6 years. Didn't have any issues with that car, and it was a whole bunch of fun. Did a few pretty cool modifications with it as well, but definitely do miss that car. But I'm definitely excited for the 392 Wrangler to come as well. Now, as for Chevy, I haven't heard anything too concrete, anything like 100%. But the rumor that I've heard is that 2023 is also going to be the last year for the Camaro. One of the rumors that I've heard about the Camaro is that it is also going to be converted to an electric vehicle, which is, you know, a shocker, right? Not at all. So basically, as I said before, I was thinking about getting a Camaro ZL1 1LE to replace the Challenger after it got stolen and after we sold it. There are definitely several reasons why I chose not to go with the Camaro, even though it would be a very awesome car to have and drive. You know, I really just think that, and I hate using this excuse, but I really just think that the Jeep would be a lot more practical for me, while also being a very fun vehicle as well, being a Jeep and a V8 as well. Now, with the Camaro, I just thought that, you know, it would be too impractical, that I just wouldn't be able to properly enjoy it. The main reason for that is because I would have gotten the 1LE package, which is, of course, the Extreme Track package, which basically means that it's a strict track car. If I wanted to actually enjoy it to its full potential, I would have had to take it to an actual track to actually be able to actually take it to its full potential. Wouldn't be able to do that anywhere on public roads, and, you know, I definitely could, but I don't think I would want to. As for the 392 Wrangler, of course, I can drive that pretty much anywhere I want to, off-road and on-road, and I can even take it to a track and have some fun with it there too. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds when it comes to comparing any kind of like sports car to the Jeep, in my opinion. Although the Camaro would have been an awesome car to have, that's kind of the main reason why I chose to have the Jeep over it. And then also for the future, I don't think I would be able to actually get a Camaro, because as I've heard, they are going to fully electric Camaros. Now, I don't think I've seen anything completely confirmed about that yet, but that is the rumor, and I feel like most actual enthusiast cars are kind of going away after 2023 from what I've seen. Now, that brings me to the Ford Mustang. As you guys know, a few months ago, Ford did release the 2024 version of the Mustang, which, as we all know, and I'm very happy about, they are continuing on with the V8 engines in their Mustang. So in 2024, you know, it's basically going to be the only muscle car available brand new, which is kind of sad to think, because to be honest, I've never really been much of a Mustang fan. I do think they're, you know, great vehicles. The GT500 is extremely fast, very quick as well. Of course, I am very happy that Ford is continuing on with the V8 after all the other V8s are going to be discontinued after 2023. So like I said, the Mustang is basically going to be the only muscle car that you can buy brand new from the factory with a V8 in 2024. At least that's what the rumors are right now. So will I get a Ford Mustang when it comes out in 2024? And the answer is probably also no, because by then I'll hopefully already have my Jeep Wrangler 392. And I'm not really the type of person that just likes to buy and sell cars super quickly. I like to actually, you know, whenever I buy a new car, I want to be able to enjoy it. And I want to be able to enjoy it for many years. So once I get that 392, I want to be able to first enjoy its stock and, you know, take it to its limits while in stock form. And then of course, we're also going to be doing some modifications to it as well after I get bored of it, of being stock. So, you know, that includes an exhaust, maybe new tires, maybe bigger tires, you know, light bars, all that fun stuff, winch, and actually do some off-roading content with that Jeep. So I'm very excited to actually get my Jeep Wrangler 392. Now, unfortunately, I haven't actually received any more updates about my build, and it's been like 4.5 months by now. And they told me 5 to 6 months, so it literally still hasn't even been scheduled for production. So the last update that I received, actually the first update that I actually received, was I actually got the VIN number, and they told me that they have the allocation now, which I believe the status is D. That means like firm schedule and the dealer has the allocation. I think that's what that means. And then the next status after that will be D1, which means it's scheduled for production. Now, I still haven't gotten to that step, and it's already been 4.5 months. It does seem like they are very far behind in terms of actually building these Jeeps, because the late 2022 orders actually had to roll over to 2023 production years. I saw one example of a guy that ordered his back in February of 2022, and he basically just now got it as a 2023 model. So, you know, we might still have a few more months to go and actually wait for my 2023 to get here. Now, one other thing that I heard is that I talked to somebody that works at an actual dealership, and he told me that the rumor that he heard is that they're going to start delivering the 2023s late January or early February. So that's kind of my expectations for right now. But then again, they did tell me 5 to 6 months, which should be around December or January. And it's still stuck on the first step, but hasn't even been scheduled for production yet. So we'll see. I definitely have to be very patient, even though I am very impatient and super excited to get that Jeep. As you guys know, I hope you guys are also excited for the Jeep content to come in the future. And of course, as you guys know, we are definitely not getting rid of my 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ. I still do have plans for this Jeep in the future when it comes to more restoration and preservation projects for this thing as well. Now, specifically with the XJ, my next plan for this thing is to actually replace the rear bumper and the rear bumper brackets, along with the bumper end caps. Now, I know I've been talking about that for, you know, probably 1.5 years by now, but that is my next plan for this Jeep. And then after that, I have been thinking about getting an upgraded steering setup for the front. So just a beefier tie rod and drag link. I have been thinking about the Rusty's upgraded steering kit to kind of match the Rusty's lift kit that I currently have on this Jeep. So if you guys have any experience with that, definitely drop that down in the comment section below, because I'm definitely interested to hear your thoughts on the Rusty's steering system. So if you're just here for the XJ videos, you're definitely in luck, because the XJ videos are not going to stop. And like I said, I'm never planning to actually ever get rid of my XJ. Then of course, if you are interested in V8s and Wranglers, then you're definitely in luck as well, because of course, hopefully soon we will be getting my 2023 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392, and you know, taking that on a few off-roading trips and seeing what that thing can do on-road and off-road. So it should be a very fun Jeep, and yeah, definitely gonna put some upgrades on that thing as well. Like I said, exhaust, maybe new tires, light bar, winch, and you know, maybe a few other things too. So should be a whole bunch of fun. Definitely got a lot of Jeep content coming, and you know, very excited for my 392 to actually get here. Now I've been saying that like 20 times in this video, but I definitely am very excited. So all in all, I know this video was talking about if I'm ever planning to get another muscle car in the future. In the short term, the answer is going to be no, because I just don't want to spend that kind of money after already spending a whole bunch of money on a Wrangler 392. But you know, long term, we'll see what's available out there. But you know, the way things are looking right now is probably also going to be a no, because you know, in the long term, it's probably just going to be electric muscle cars, you know, muscle cars as they like to call it. So you know, it's definitely an unfortunate time that this is all happening, but you know, gotta scoop them up while we still can. So that's exactly why I'm getting the 392 Wrangler, and it's probably going to be the last year of a, you know, Stellantis or FCA V8 ever made. So hoping it'll go up a lot in value as well. But yeah, definitely thinking about keeping that Jeep long term for sure, and enjoying it as much as I can. So I would definitely like to hear your opinions down in the comment section below. So definitely drop those down there. And if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure to also drop those down in the comment section below. And if you guys have any video suggestions for videos you'd like to see in the future, also drop those down in the comment section below. And if you guys like this video or found it entertaining, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.